eyelids with the same primer, of course, Too Faced Shadow Insurance, the usual. And I'm also going to be setting my primer with a brown brow color shadow, which is very light, you know, similar to the skin color, nothing special. And of course I'm going to be using MakeupGeek Creme Brulee and Peach Smoothie to blend out as my transition color all over the crease, all over the eyelid. Just make sure that I'm blending all that together with the Sigma E40 brush. Then I'm going to go ahead and take a Sigma E25 blending brush, and I'm using Desert Sands to blend that on the crease. And of course, it's something that anyone can do. That's why I'm fast forwarding, because nobody wants to see me blend for like a whole hour. We all just want to get to the point of blending and getting it together. So I'm doing the same thing to the other eye. Nothing special. And now I'm using the Sigma E40 brush again to blend everything together because I want that color very diffused. Now I'm using a RC Cosmetics small blending brush, and I'm blending in the crease the eyeshadow by MakeupGeek and Burlesque. It's a kind of satin shadow. It has a little bit of shimmer, but I mean it's still pretty nice. The shimmer doesn't stand out as much. It's not really pigmented to the point where you really where you can tell that it's shimmer and it just makes everything messy. It's a really nice burgundy maroon type of color. So I'm blending that exactly on the crease with a small blending brush because of course that's also going to be one of my shades that I'm applying there. And I'm rounding, you know, making a round crease like always. I want the illusion of a wider eyelid, of course. And I'm taking another, well no, it's not an RC Cosmetics brush. I believe it's a BH Cosmetic brush, and this is a white gold hair. And I'm blending, I believe, Cherry Cola in the crease. Never mind, my bad. That's actually pop of color. ColourPop and the shadow. Let me see. That would be in the color Hustle. There you go. Hustle. It's from the Super Shock Shadows. And I'm blending that on the crease on top of Burlesque by MakeupGeek. So I'm blending that all together. I want it very diffused. So I started off by blending with a smaller brush, and now I'm using a much bigger brush. And of course, I'm just pretty much diffusing that all over the crease, because of course we want that very blended. Now I'm actually with the same brush taking Cherry Cola and just blending that on top of the crease. So I'm precisely just blending on top, not taking it to the inner corner nor outer corner, because of course we are going to be going in with the darker shade. But since we always start off with light shadows, we want to work our way up to darkers. And of course I'm blending into the other eye, and I'm fast forwarding because I already explained in the other eye how it's done. With the same brush, I'm going in with MakeupGeek Corrupt, the blackest shadow I think I've ever used. It's super black, so I always dip my brush slightly, not too much because it's really dark. So I blend it on top of Cherry Cola, not taking it nor to the inner or outer corner, just pretty much diffusing, blending that on the top of the crease. Since we are going to be going in with pigment, I'm using Too Faced glitter glue, and I'm applying that with a flat shader brush just on the lid, not taking it all the way to the crease, just on the lid. So I already dipped in my flat shader brush in the pigment Utopia by MakeupGeek, and I applied MAC Fix Plus Spray, of course, because we want that metallic shadow to stand out because it's really gorgeous. And I'm just lightly, you know, patting it on the lid because it does have a lot of fallout. Crazy fallout. I didn't realize I should have not applied foundation. I always apply foundation, and this was the wrong idea because of course that pigment has a lot of fallout. But just slightly tap all over the eyelid from inner outer corner, making sure you don't get it all the way on the crease, just on the lid. And I'm doing the same thing to the other eye, just tapping from inner to outer corner. I mean, it was the same thing as the previous eye that I did, just blending that. Well, not blending, but pretty much just tapping that on the lid, making sure that it stays on the lid where we applied the glue. And now I'm using a much bigger brush, not as big as the Sigma E40, and I'm blending out, diffusing that purple shadow on top because for some reason my pigment always transfer all the way to my crease, so I'm trying, you know, to make sure that I don't have that pigment on the crease. And now I'm taking my mascara that I love, the Rimmel one, I hate it, but I love it. It's just like a love and hate thing, you know? So I'm coating them before I apply my lashes because I like my lashes to blend with the fake ones. And now I'm taking my favorite lashes by Coco in the style Goddess. They're exactly the same thing as the Iconics by House of Lashes, but I always catch myself having trouble applying Iconics by House of Lashes than actually Coco. Maybe because of the band, I don't know, but I prefer, I guess, the cheaper ones because Coco lashes are like $6.99 compared to the House of Lashes that are like $13. So hey, you can't beat that. So I don't know what it is, but I love these lashes. And this is the reason why sometimes I like applying my lashes out of camera because sometimes it could get a struggle, but there you go. Got it together. And now I'm dusting off that pigment because it was so much fallout. I'm like, nope, you got to go. Thank God I didn't apply concealer baked. But now I'm highlighting. So I take the highlight all the way to my nose because of course I want the illusion of a more defined, pretty, perky nose. And I take it all the way down to my cheekbones, my chin area. I also take it on my forehead because I like my forehead to stand out. I don't know why, but I do. And of course, I'm using a flat shader brush just to blend that out. And I like to blend it with my beauty blender, that little pink egg right there. And of course, I'm fast forwarding because nobody wants to see me, blend and beat my face for like 2 hours. So, you know the drill. Just get that beauty blender damped and blend, 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 blend everything together. And now I'm baking with my Mary Kay translucent powder. I'm going crazy right there with it. At first, it's going to look very crazy. It's going to look like a very white pill shadow cast. And nobody likes that, but of course, we are going to be bronzing my face. So that will work for it. And now I'm taking the same brush. And of course, like I told you, my pigment transfers to my freaking crease. So, I had to blend this out. And now I'm dusting off all that baking powder using the same brush I dusted off the pigment. It looks crazy. It looks really, really crazy. But don't worry. That's when we have bronzer. And we're going to make everything balance out. Now with the pencil brush, I'm using Desert Sands. And I'm blending out that lash line. I'm fast forwarding because nobody wants to see, me blending for like an hour. Now with the flat brush, I think it's a flat brush, defining brush, whatever you want to call it. I'm taking Cherry Cola. And I'm blending that very tightly on the lash line. And I didn't fast forward because I want you guys to see how I'm specifically blending this just exactly really tight on the lash line. It's going to look harsh, but obviously we are going to be using a pencil brush and we're going to blend it out. So now I'm taking the same pencil brush and I'm using that ColourPop Shadow and Hustle and I'm blending some purple and I scratched myself because I was itching. Everyone gets itching. And now I'm blending that purple, everything all together. Using an Nyquil pencil, and this one's by MAC, it's my favorite one, it's in Feline, and I'm running that on my bottom waterline and also upper waterline, if that's what you call it. I really can't tell the difference, but anyways, yeah. I'm running that on both the eyes, and I'm going to make sure I get that as dark as possible because I am going to be blending that downwards with a defining brush. With the eye kohl, I did bring it downwards to where the lash line was. I'm making sure now with the defining brush to take some Curled by MakeupGeek and I'm blending that as well. So I'm blending both of those together, diffusing it, bringing it as downwards as much as I can from the waterline all the way to the lash line together. With the same pencil brush, I'm taking some more of that Hustle shadow and I'm blending that together with Corrupt and the eye kohl that I blended downwards to the lash line. I'm making sure I get those two colors blended together, diffused, and I'm connecting it with my upper shadow as well to make sure that there's not an uneven area between, my bottom and upwards lash line. And now I'm taking some bronzer and I'm taking my Too Faced chocolate bronzer in dark chocolate desolate. I can't remember it all, but I'll make sure I leave that in my description box. And I'm using a Morphe brush by the Geek collection, which I'm in love with. Their collection is thebomb.com. The bomb. Taking another brush by the Geek collection by Morphe, I am using a darker shade from that Tarte New Tarteist contour palette. I can't even say it. Why does Tarte have to make some weird hard names? Like, why can't you name something like TT? That'd be easier for me. But anyways, I'm taking the darker shade and I'm just specifically focusing that on the areas where my bone structure kind of like comes out towards to make sure that I get a defined face area. And now from that same palette, I'm using the blush, and I'm taking another Morphe brush from the E collection, which are my favorite. I think I'm in love. Yes, I'm in love. And of course, I get a shower in my MAC Fix Plus spray. Make sure that all my makeup comes together at the end, and I love to shower my whole face. And now I'm using the MAC lip pencil in Whirl, and of course I'm not overlining my lips. I'm just kind of like going over my natural lip line. Maybe I did cheat and overline them a little bit, but I didn't exaggerate, I promise. So I'm making sure I just follow my natural really, my lip line, and I'm blending that together. So I'll make sure I just get it as defined as I can so my lips can stand out. I did have a swollen lip this day, so excuse me if my lip is uneven, but things happen. And I also like to blend it from the, inner corners all the way, from the outer corners all the way to the inner corner. And I'm using one of the MAC new matte lip creams. I guess you could call them that. And shade Lady Be Good. I can't recall, but I got the coupon code next, which I got free overnight shipping. And as soon as it came out, I was like, yep, that has to be mine. Definitely has to be mine. And as soon as I received it, and right now, this is my first time applying it, I kind of felt iffy about it. I didn't really like it as I was applying it. I felt like it didn't really go with my skin complexion. But as soon as it went matte and dried, I felt like it really did go with me. And of course, you can never forget the inner highlight. You have to pop those inner corners. Make sure you get that. Peep that. Yep. Well, thank you guys for watching. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. So you guys made it to the end, and this is the look for New Year's. Very dramatic because it's dramatic.
Guys, wake up. Are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording.
No.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I can never talk.